Let's talk to Dr. Scott Gottlieb, former FDA commissioner and Cnbc contributor. He serves on both Pfizer's and Illumina's boards. And Dr. Matt McCarthy, an infectious disease physician who is the author of Superbugs, The Race to Stop an Epidemic. Why shouldn't we be hopeful that we can come up with a therapeutic quickly?
Let me tell you the problem right now. Before I came here this morning, I was in the emergency room seeing patients. I still do not have a rapid diagnostic test available to me.
Well, that's easy to do, is it not? Is it hard to manufacture?
It is easy to do for some countries. What happened in the United States is that the CDC created a test,
messed up a reagent,
sent a test out to 50 states, and then said, oh, hold up, don't use it, let us fix it.
How quickly
it's
can
now
we get
March.
on track now, Matt?
We hear that it's coming very soon, but I'm here to tell you right now, at one of the busiest hospitals in the country, I don't have it at my fingertips. I still have to call the Department of Health. I still have to make my case, plead to test people. This is not good. We know that there are 88 cases in the United States. There are going to be hundreds by middle of the week. There's going to be thousands by next week.
So
and this is a testing issue.
What do you do with people in the emergency room if you can't test them?
Well, we call and we try to test. We isolate them. We have an outstanding team of infection control practitioners who know how to handle this, but they're hamstrung by the fact that we don't have a diagnostic test available.
Are people getting sent home? Because I read reports of that over the weekend.
We're not sending people home. We're making sure they get what supportive care we can give. But keep in mind, we now have this in New York State, right? The person who tested positive was only the 32nd test we've done in this state. That is a national scandal. They're testing 10,000 a day in some countries, and we can't get this off the ground. I'm a practitioner on the firing line, and I don't have the tools to properly care for patients today. The message today is that we are hearing from this administration that the risk is low and that things are probably going to be okay. You don't need to change your lifestyle. That's simply not true. There are going to be thousands of cases here. We have already moved from containment to mitigation. We are trying to lessen the severity here. You are going to see widespread disruption to daily life. Do not believe the false reassurance.
I agree. We need to start taking more aggressive steps right now to make sure that this doesn't become epidemic.
So if we're talking about mortality rate, I see numbers like 1% to 2% thrown around. I don't believe that. The modeling we're using data out of Korea. We think that's the best
And what
approach.
is that?
0.2, 0.4%.
So that's twice as bad as a seasonal
Correct.
flu?
So a very bad flu season. Keep in mind, flu kills 25 to 69,000 Americans. So a very bad flu season.
The panic that has been caused already and the economic effects are already much more than twice the mortality rate of the flu. We're at 10 times the mortality rate of the flu.
What do you make of the Diamond Princess? Because I know that's not a typical population, but the case fatality rate there is going to be above 1% probably when that settles
Absolutely.
down.
And, you know, if you're an 80-year-old...
Is that because it's an older population?
So, right. So if you're an 80-year-old on a cruise ship, you're in trouble. I mean, the case fatality rate's over 10%. We're seeing for ages 1 to 9 exceedingly low.
Right.
There's a lot about this we don't know.
Asymptomatic almost.
Absolutely. So widespread surveillance is going to start giving us information so that we can make these informed decisions about whether March Madness needs to be canceled.
Japan has taken some pretty extreme measures, like closing schools. Is that?
They're not diagnosing their cases there as aggressively as South Korea is or Italy.
That's right. We're going to see school closures here, definitely. You know, we're hearing that life's going to go about just like normal. That's not true.
Do you suspect you've seen, if you had enough cases, if enough testing, how many cases would you have tested?
Well, we've seen one case in New York. I bet there are hundreds. I bet there are thousands in the United States. And the longer we wait to get testing up and running, the worse this is going to be. Right now, we're still largely flying blind. So if you're worried about fear and uncertainty, we're still in the thick of things.